I'm going to share with you guys how to make cheese pups. So if you were like me and I did not even know what cheese pups were, honestly, my mom had called me the other day and was like, hey, let's make cheese pups. I got a jar of olives. And I was like, okay, what are cheese pups? It's a recipe that grandma used to make. And I was like, okay. And I've actually been typing up like my grandma's old recipes because she just recently passed away. So I've been typing up her recipes and putting them all into like a cookbook for my family. So I actually do remember coming across it. My mom came over and it was a very, very simple recipe. So this is more of like my mom's idea to make, and I thought, hey, like let's share this. This is really cool. So I would consider a vintage recipe just because it is from an older cookbook that my grandma had in her kitchen, and it was one of those that was like a home extension kind of a cookbook. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. I don't think they do it so much around in my area. I have seen like one cookbook for the county like floating around. But this was kind of like these ladies that were part of like the home extension in this county would come together and like bring all their recipes together and then put into a cookbook. And so that's where this recipe actually came from. And we made it. It was really easy, fun, and delicious. And my son actually really liked it, probably because it's just mostly cheese and flour, so who wouldn't? He just didn't eat the olive part of it. So let's go ahead and get into it. So you're gonna start out with 10 ounces of mild cheddar cheese and a 1/3 cup of butter, both at room temperature. My mom went ahead and already kind of mixed them together, so that's why you see the butter chunked up with the cheese. And I'm actually just gonna use my KitchenAid mixer for this, and I'm starting it with the beater mixing blade, whatever you call it, the one that you use for like cake batters and stuff. I'm just gonna turn this like on a lower speed. So then after you get all that blended up together, then you're going to add 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt and 1 1/4 cup of flour and 1 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. Okay, and now I'm just switching over to my dough hook because the dough is going to get pretty stiff and sticky. Okay, if I could just make one suggestion with this recipe, it would be to use the cheese that comes off the block. Like you would have to like shred your own cheese just because it'd be more sticky. We did not use that. We just used whatever my mom brought over, which was just bag cheese. And the recipe really doesn't specify which one to use, but I believe it would have been better to use the other. So if your dough starts to look like this, go ahead and add a little bit of water to it just to make it kind of come together better. And I apologize for not being specific with how much water to use. I guess just use your best judgment. If you're someone that needs measurements, I would just start with like a tablespoon of water and then just keep adding a tablespoon at a time until the dough comes together. Okay, and what you see right here is exactly what you want your dough to look like. You want your dough to be kind of like Play-Doh, so then when you smush it all together, it's gonna form a nice ball. Okay, and now my mom is gonna demonstrate how to make them. So you just start with a ball, like a small ball, and then you put the olive in it, and then you just kind of form the dough around it, and just kind of smooth it out. Okay, and I honestly think that if you are not like an olive person at all, you could probably substitute the olive with something else, and I think you could get pretty creative with it. Like something I just thought of, you could maybe do like a piece of hot dog. I don't really know how that would taste, but I just think you could just get creative. So if you guys come up with something else, if you're not an olive person, please leave it in the comments below with like what you come up with. After you're done forming them all, then you're going to place them on an ungreased cookie sheet about 2 inches apart, and then you're going to freeze them for 1 hour, and then you're going to bake them at 450 degrees for about 11 to 12 minutes or until golden brown. Recipe a try, and if you do, please leave like a comment below and tell me like how it turned out for you. I hope it does turn out well. If you like videos like this, please give this video a thumbs up and hit subscribe so I know to make more like this, and I hope to see you guys in